Esport Quarterfinals, and it is JD Gaming against KT Rolster. JDG, they want to further pave the golden road, and KT, they try to rise above the Goliath, knowing all of the home crowd to stand behind them.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The tournament's favorite is coming in from the blue side, JDG. They start with 369 on the Renekton, Kanavi on the Rel Knight, on the Orianna, Ruler on the Zeriant, missing on the Rakon. And on the red corner it is KT with Kin on the Jax, Cos on the Sejuani, BDD on the Akali, aiming on the Aphelios, and Lehans on the Lulu. Almost 6 minutes into the game, 369 is baiting in Kin with success. In comes Kanavi, but Kin answers back with a flash counter-strike. But still it is 369, drawing first blood before he will be wiped out as well. And now it is Kanavi trotting into the Dragon Pit and just taking the objective as if it was nothing. And now we see BDD being chased, but here comes Cos with a Glacial Prison, Kin with the leap strike, and BDD is just too agile on the Akali, and with a perfect execution he takes the kill on Kanavi. But now it is Kin, stunned by the Renekton, he's now in the crosshairs of 369 who goes in with a flash Q, and then it will be Knight with the command attack. The first Herald will be secured by KT, and then we go to the top lane again. 369 in some heavy trouble in the CC Howl. But Kin and Cos, they're having a hard time to get through the shells of this Renekton. And in the end, it's another trade 1-for-1 in the top lane. And what's going on the bot lane? It's missing with a grand entrance into the quickness, but aiming with all of his summoner spells. He gets away, fires back with a Moonlight Vigil. It's a 3v3 now. Cos, he's looking for Ruler, but Kanavi with a Magnet Storm. But now he's in the midst of trouble. BDD is incoming. Glacial Prison onto Ruler. He cleanses his away, but down goes Kanavi. First kill to aiming. 15 minutes have now passed as JDG is taking the second dragon of the game and then destroying Shelly before she can use her stubborn hat. But in the top lane it will be Kin taking down the turret anyways, and we're in for the second herald. It will be secured by KT. Another turret going down on the bot lane, and now it is Kanavi going in with a flash W into the Magnet Storm. Ruler missing immediately, follow up, and Lehans suffers 100-0. JDG now on the retreat, attacked, but they get into safety, and Shelly this time, she tears down the whole turret. Third dragon of the game, we see 369 flashing in, trying to find aiming, and Lehans followed by Kanavi, but they only find Lehans. Aiming gets into safe distance, and even Lehans survives. And now it is Cos and Kin going for the backline of JDG. Down goes missing, and BDD comes over the walls, and he takes out Ruler. Goes with a perfect execution at the Q to take out Knight as well. KT, they turn this fight around. They take out 369 as well. They take the dragon, and they have now a gold lead of 4,000, further increasing as BDD will tear down this turret, and we're in for the next dragon already, secured by the LCK third seed as well. JDG, they will then break the tier 1 on the mid lane, and we go for the Baroness. KT is burning it down and missing, and Kanavi, they're walking in blindly, and Kanavi desperately going in, trying to save the objective, but it will be secured by Cos, and now Kanavi, and missing in some grave danger. They have no follow-up there, because Kin is keeping away 369 and Ruler, and down goes missing, down goes Kanavi, and now it's a chase down. Knight will follow into the grey screen, and KT, they take the Baron, they hunt down JDG, and now they're going for the end. 369 goes down, and now they're going for the Nexus turrets, missing. Kanavi and Ruler standing in their ways. BDD, he's going for Ruler, followed up by aiming. Ruler goes down, Kanavi follows, missing for the ace. And KT, they show that giants can bleed if you just cut them. They take the lead on the series. After tripping up on the brick in the golden roll, JDG, they're coming from the blue side again. With 369 on the Aatrox, Kanavi on the Vine Knight, on the Nico Rule, on the Jinx, and missing on the Rakon. On KT, they're going with Kin on the Renekton, Cos on the Viego, BDD on the Orianna, aiming on the Aphelios, at Lehans on the Renata. After 3.5 minutes, it is Cos coming in, trying to find Knight. Knight having his flash up, but he knows that he's doomed. Flash W for the stun, and down goes the mid lane of JDG. The LPL first, it secures the first dragon. Now it is missing with the grand entrance, followed up by Knight with the Pop Blossom. The Tangle Bobs for the follow-up route onto Cos, and down goes to Viego. The first herald lands in the pockets of Kanavi, and now we're into the bot lane to take a look at Missing with a flash knock up into the quickness, followed by the wall break of Kanavi. The hands he's ignited, the bailout will not protect him, but in comes BDD with the teleport. He's knocked up by the cease and desist, but then the Pop Blossom flashes out into safe distance. The Moonlight Vigil goes wide, and down goes Cos. But he's back in the Dragon Pit. Kanavi goes in for the smite fight, but it will be secured by KT. And we see Shelly crushing into the mid lane, tier 1, the second herald. About to be duked out. In goes Kin, forcing through members of JDG into a choke point. The hostile takeover will be activated, but here comes Knight with a Pop Blossom, finds 4 members under the Super Mega Death Rocket, and all of a sudden, all the red health bars, they just disappear. KT is drowning in the river, chased through the jungle by BDD and aiming their return, going for Kanavi, but this Vi has a lunatic sister, and in comes Ruler with a flash to score the ace. Down goes Kanavi, but JDG, they can tear down the tier 1. They win the fight. They take the next dragon. Knight destroys the outer turret on the bot lane. 369, the one in the top lane. And now we take a look at BDD against Knight. The Orianna with the shockwave pulls on the Nico. The Pop Blossom comes out, but BDD still has the upper hand unless he's hit by the Super Mega Death Rocket, but he isn't. And so down goes Knight, but he is now 369. Kanavi and Ruler already there to trade one back. Kanavi takes the kill, and now it is time for the next dragon. We take a look at Missing, going with the great entrance into the quickness, followed by Kanavi. Ruler with the Super Mega Death Rocket. Down goes BDD and Knight. He finds the backline. 369 cuts off the escape route. And other than in game 1, this time JDG, they destroy KT at the same spot where they were stomped. And now 20 seconds later, they take the Baronesha. They will take the next dragon. And things are starting to look dire for KT, aiming, pushing the side lane. He tears down the tier 1. But KT, they will lose 2 inner turrets, and now it is 369 finding the Ophelius, and his life ends in the side of the Darkin Blade. On JDG, they're now going for the end in this game too. 2 inhibitors are exposed already. Kanavi keeps everybody at bay. It is little to nothing that KT could do now. And then it will be Knight with a final Pop Blossom. And every health bar that is red is popping. Triple kill for Ruler. And JDG, they show their potential. And they come back to the series. Game number 3, KT, for the first time coming from the blue side with Kin on the Jax, Cuss on the Rel, BDD on the RZ and aiming on the Xi and Lehans on the Nautilus. And for JDG it is 369 on the Aatrox, Kanavi on the Wukong, Knight on the Orianna, Rule on the Sivir and Missing on the Rakan. And we start into this game with 2 objectives taken by the LPL first seed. Dragon and Herald will be secured. But then it will be KT with the first dive under the turret. Cuss, Kanavi and BDD going and finding 369. And then BDD with the phalanx to stop the re-engage. We see Shelly proudly strutting with all her graces through the mid lane, forcing KT to react. JDG, they will take the dragon in the meantime, and now it is an invade onto Cuss at the red buff. The Cyclone goes out, and Cuss with a Magnet Storm cannot protect himself from the grey screen, and we go into the top lane to see 369 with a solo kill. Flash Q onto Kin, but BDD is there to trade one back. Kills are even out again. The first turret gold lands in the pockets of KT. Then it will be Shelly crushing into the outer turret on the sides of KT. The tower shakes but remains upright, unlike the tier 1 in the top lane. And now we see KT on the retreat towards their own jungle. Kanavi with the engage, BDD with Emperor's Divide, but Missing with an epic quickness keeps the engage alive. Down goes BDD. Cuss is limping away. On the upper screen, it is Lehens burning and taken out by Ruler for a double kill. Everyone else is getting away, but JDG, they can take the next dragon and the outer turret in the mid lane. And now we see Lehens with Axe Flash over the walls going for Ruler. He's rooted and bursted into the realms of grey. But now we come out straight off a replay to see Lehens going 100 to 0 as well. And now it's Kanavi and Missing going for Cuss as well. Knight is there, but also BDD. It's a 3v2. The knock-up on Cos, and Missing keeps BDD at bay. Cos escapes over the walls, and BDD goes in with the Shirima shuffle, knocks Missing over the walls, but he immediately returns, stays alive, and Kanavi goes in, tries to find BDD, but he will go down. And now JDG looking for Dragon Soul. The engage of lands is answered by Kanavi with a Cyclone, but now look at Missing with a charm. He finds everybody. The backline cannot engage, and so Cos goes down. Kanavi follows, but also Lehans. It's a 2-for-1 for JDG. Make it 3-for-1 as Kin goes down. They take the Dragon Soul thanks to the mighty quickness of Missing. And now we see Kin in the top lane, limping away, pulled in by the shockwave. And his world will end by the hands of 369 and in the mid lane. It's 2 and a clone against 4 members of KT. But still, Missing and Kanavi, they stay alive. And down goes BDD because Knight and Ruler are now there. Kanavi goes down. 369 coming in on the Aatrox. Aiming goes down. Lehans follows, and now it's a bloody chase down for the Rel. It's an ace for JDG, and they win game 3. Again, showing a dominant performance. Impeccable team fights, and they proceed towards match point. Game number 4, and JDG, they seem to have returned to the golden road. KT, they're coming from the blue side with Kin on the Jax, Cos on the Vi, BDD on the Syndra, aiming on the Xion, Lehans on the Lulu. On JDG, they're coming with 369 on the Gragas, Kanavi on the Lee Sin, Knight on the Orianna, Ruler on the Kais, and Missing on the Rakon. And we go in. Cos with the wall breaker, followed by Lehans. Kanavi flashes over the wall, but now it's a re-engage. JDG with the numbers advantage. Kanavi connects his Q for the follow-up dash onto the little Yordle. First blood drawn by Ruler, but now BDD with the scatter the weak and aiming. Trades a kill back. 1-for-1 kills for both ADCs, and now we're in the river to see BDD chase down. No chance for the Syndra to escape. KT, they take the first dragon. The first herald will be secured by them as well. Shelly then unleashed in the mid lane with all her graciousness. The second dragon of the game after 11.5 minutes goes to JDG. And now we take a look into the river. C-Cent assist. Custis flying in way deep on tonight. 369 goes for the hands, but aiming shows us the raging bird lady. BDD will collect the kill. The hands goes down. Slain by Knight, who will then fall to the feet of Cos. It's a 2-for-1 for KT, who will then take the second herald, and Shelly indulging in her passion onto the mid lane tier 1. And we go down into the bot lane to see BDD in a dire situation against Missing Kanavi and the Gragas of 369. He picks up his first kill of the game. The first turret will be destroyed by KT. The third dragon goes to JDG, and now we see a dive and a double TP incoming. 369 will be first to the scene, immediately goes for the aiming, but he's stunned by the counter-striker, then the scatter the weak, and the unleashed power of BDD. Let's Knight and 369 immediately go back to their fount, and the tier 1 goes down as well. But in the mid lane, it will be Ruler tearing down this one as well. And now we see again in TP this time by Knight, but we take a look at Kanavi and Kin. Trading blows, Kanavi's getting low. Kin with a leap strike, followed by the flash over the wall, and then Cos takes the kill on the Lee Sin, and now it is Missing, walking into the misery. Cos was already channeling his Q, now he goes in with a C-Cent assist, followed by the relentless force, and Kin picks up the kill. The tier 1 in the bot lane of JDG crumbles. The Baron is already up after 22 minutes. It is again Cos finding Missing with the C-Cent assist, and this time the kill is his, and his alone. The dragon will be secured by him as well. And then it is Kin breaking the inner turret in the bot lane. 369 answering back with the out on the top lane, but now here's Cos. Another Vi ultimate. This time he finds Kanavi. He's low. Then he knocks up 369, who flashes away. And now it is a blast count engage, a little bit going sideways. Only Missing reaches the scene. Grand entrance into the quickness, but no follow-up possible. And now he has to limp away with little HP. 369 gets caught on the way back. Turns golden. Then he turns gray. And now KT, they go for the Baronisha. Kanavi's just too far away to reach the pit in time, but here comes Ruler, and Knight with a shockwave that finds BDD and lands. 2 kills for JDG. The tables turn on this one. It's a shutdown on the Xayah as well. Aiming goes down. It looked good for KT until it didn't. Triple kill for Ruler. and JDG, they will take the Baron instead. And here they come through the bot lane in person of 369, tearing down the outer turret. Then it is 4 members tearing down the inner, and now they're going for the inhibitor because Cuss and BDD, they are pushing the top lane, tearing down the tier 2. The rest of KT had no chance to defend their base, and now this 369 channeling where he should not channel. Scatter the weak of BDD into the force of will. Cuss is there as well. 369 buys some time, but then he will be sent back to the vendor, checking out for his most recent offers. But now we take a look at missing. He goes for the TPing BDD. He turns immediately golden. But then take a look at this burst damage. Kanavi connected his Q for the follow-up dash, and down goes the mid lane of KT. Kanavi flashes out of there and missing with his quickness. Disarranges the lines of KT. Cuss goes in with a cease and desist way too deep into enemy lines. Kin gets the kill on Kanavi, but down goes the KT jungler as well. And this is soul point for JDG. And now we take a look at Cuss engaged in his own jungle, knocked up by missing. Q's over the wall, gets into safety for the moment. But we take a look in the jungle. It's a 1v1 between Kin and Knight. Knight is getting low, has to flash over the wall. Knight follows with a flash into the counter-strike, but Knight goes into the stopwatch, buys some time for his team to come in, and now all of a sudden it's a 4v1 against the Grandmaster at arms, but he goes in with another leap strike. 369 already low, taken out by Kin, and now he follows, goes for missing. Cuss comes in with his EZ assist, but the blast cone forces him way too deep into enemy lines. Down goes the jungle of KT, and take a look into the base. There are minions tearing down the first Nexus turret, and now it is JDG going for the Baron. No chance for KT to contest this because Cuss just comes back from the gray screen, but Kin still he goes in, turns golden, but this time the Grandmaster at arms has to lay down his mighty brazier. And with the buff, we take a look at Ruler going in with the killer instincts on 2 hands. He goes in way deep, aiming with a feather storm, recalls it, missing, loses a huge chunk of damage, but aiming cannot find the kill. Instead, he gets almost bursted into the gray screen. Ruler turned golden. He stays barely scratched, and so he will take another kill. Goes legendary as he takes out Cuss. And now JDG are going for the base, looking for an angle to end the series. On KT, they have to pull out all their tricks out of their sleeves. Kin with a leap strike onto missing, but the supporter stays alive, and now the Nexus is exposed. Kin, he finds 369. Kanavi is getting low. Health bars are disappearing. Knight, he takes out aiming, but then he will go down as well. And now the Nexus will be taken by a cannon minion. The heroic challenger cannon minion Lenny sends home KT and lets JDG proceed to the semifinals.